Give it a shot.
Oh yeah, we're live. Okay, just making sure we're live there. Now
We already got people in the chat. So
I gotta turn the volume down on my other one. Can you hear me okay?
yeah, hear you.
Okay.
I hear you fine.
Yeah, I just had to turn the volume down on the. Okay, well, welcome everyone. It is it's live stream with myself, Jim Commerce. I got Seth from Justice for Comics with me today. Nick from Key Collector will be joining us in a few minutes, but he's late as usual, so I'm just going to start the live stream. Esteban Salinas, the artist, he will be joining us a little bit later. He's going to be revealing his latest cover art for the Rejected cover, and holy cow, that is a nice. It's gorgeous. Wait till you see it. It is really, really nice. So, in the meantime, Seth and I are going to start talking about just some comics that have come out recently and kind of what's hot right now. Then we'll get into some books a little bit down the road that are going to be, well, good ones to look at anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. And I've got to make sure I say hello to everybody in the chat. I was terrible at doing this last time. I'm trying to watch what's going on the screen and the live chat. So I just want to say hello to a few people. We got Collector's Den, Brett Hess Arts, CLRG Comics Plus, Infamous 415, Brenton Baker, Milvet Comics, Comic Crypto Stock, Oscar Ramirez, Collector's Den. Or did I already say Collector's Den? Well, he's got two shadows now. Brian Griswold, Tori Courts, Braden Baker. Hello, everybody. Yeah, there's a whole bunch in here. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that. We're going to have a few books to talk about here, and got a couple spec books, and we'll get into that. You want to just get going on some books that we talked about?
Yeah,
already?
you got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to talk about. I talked about this in my video. Was Sideways number, where are we here? Sideways number, and sorry about the glare, everybody, and I got to wear my glasses or I can't see anything on the screen, so I apologize, you're going to get some glare. But Sideways number 1 is your first appearance of Tempest Fujino, and then number 2 is his first cover appearance. I think this is first full appearance in number 2, and because number 1, you just kind of get a glimpse of him on the last page and a bit kind of thing. So, but he seems to be coming around because in this new Tales from the Dark Multiverse, the Death of Superman coming out this week, he's got a role to play in that, and he's kind of a protector of the multiverse and keeping the evil from coming into the real world.
He's, he's like a watcher.
Yeah, watcher kind of thing. But he's, I remember when that book came out. I said it's a good one to get because you know what, he's being the kind of the protector of time and space in a way is what he is. And the print run on number 1 was only 35,000, and number 2 was just under 24,000. So it's not a really super high print run. It's a book you can find really cheap. I mentioned this in my video. You can find it really cheap in the back issue bins. Nobody's paying attention to it, and it's a really good book to get if you can get it. So. Yeah, Mark Spector said it's my second full appearance. Yes, it is. Rich Warner says he sold Sideways for $1. Oh well, you should have hung on to that, dude. That's all I can say. That's funny.
It was a pretty good comic book. I think I collected the first 7 or 8 issues. I don't know if I went all the way to 10, but it was pretty good. I thought it was decent.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. It was kind of a ripoff of Spider-Man.
It felt like Spider-Man the whole time I was reading it. I was like, yeah,
I mean, it's good. And that I think that character is just for that character alone is a really good. It's a really good spec on that one. It's dirt cheap, and there's really no downside to that. So that is definitely a good one.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk quickly about Dead Man Logan number 11. I got it here somewhere. Hang on one second, folks, because this book the print run on this one was only, when did this come out? This was last month, but it was only just under 25,000. So it's not a super high print run. And a lot of times that happens with these they start out strong and then they kind of people fade out, but they tend to drop stuff right in the last few issues. And that was your first appearance of Danny Cage as the new Thor. And she's going to be leading this whole new Avengers of the Wasteland starting in January, a new miniseries coming out. And I wouldn't doubt, I was just saying to Seth in our little warm up here, that I think in Dead Man Logan number 12, which is out this week, you're going to probably get your first team appearance right on the last page. I wouldn't doubt you'll get her, the Hulk and Ant-Man kind of all together as a splash page.
Yep.
And that will lead right into Avengers of the Wasteland. So if you got number 11, or even if you didn't, try to pick up number 12 this week, because again, the print run will be pretty low on that, and I think that'll be a good book to have, because like you say, that'll kind of be your first team appearance of the Avengers of the Wasteland. And who knows what happens down the road with them, but I think that's a good one. And this book is, it's funny, I posted this on Instagram when it came out, when I found out she was in there, and I said, yeah, it's your first appearance of her as the new Thor. And of course, you get a couple of people saying, oh man, another Thor. Everybody's been Thor, whatever. I don't, well, hey, whatever, don't get it. But, it looks like she's going to be fairly important. So it's a good one to get. If you come across that sitting around in a back issue bin, grab it. Did you get a copy of that?
Cover price, I think it's worth it for cover price for sure. I wouldn't go out $15, $20 for it or anything like that.
I wouldn't pay more than that. But I mean, even if you get it for $5, even if they jack it up to $5, $6, $7, it's still worth a shot. But I mean, not everybody's into that. That's fine. But I think it's worth grabbing as a spec book. So for sure.
Yep. I got 12 on my pull list this week.
Yeah, I'm getting 12 for sure too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Want to talk about talking about books that came out. Venom number 18 was out last month, and 19 is out this week. And I still think we're going to get, I know there's a lot of, I mean, who knows when we're going to get Dylan showing up as a new symbiote or whatever. But I showed this too. I mean, in 18, you got Dylan, his eyes kind of going all gray. That image there.
Yeah.
So almost turned into whatever he's going to become. And I still think it's going to be 19. It could be, it may not be. It might be an absolute Carnage number 5. I don't know what everybody thinks, but that's kind of my thinking, because I think Donny Cates is going to do it in his Venom run and not in some offshoot kind of thing, because he did say, make sure you buy the tie-ins, and this is technically a tie-in, for it even says right on it, Absolute Carnage tie-in on the top there. He said before this thing dropped, make sure you get the tie-ins, because likely the big event is going to happen in the tie-in, and to me it's going to be 19. So we'll see what happens. We're only a couple days from it. We should know by tomorrow, because usually get the leaks.
Yeah, another good clue is, Midtown has that book price, the 1 in 25. They got it priced higher than ratio, so that usually means there's, not always, but it usually means something's going on, or there's some heat on it. So they still have it for sale on Midtown, $34. So I looked on eBay. The average price now is $45 for that book right now on eBay.
Yeah, I know. Well, Rich Warner's asking, he agreed, well, what's coming in Absolute Carnage 5? Well, I guess in Absolute Carnage 5, you're going to have Dylan join Venom and everybody
Somebody's
else.
Probably going to die, though, don't you think? There's going to be someone kicking the bucket in number 5?
I've heard people are saying, well, maybe it's Eddie Brock that gets killed in 5.
That wouldn't surprise me.
And then Dylan takes over as Venom for a while, and then somehow they resurrect.
Some cult will resurrect him.
But then I can't see it happening, because in Venom 21, it's Eddie Brock on the island. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
They're trying to keep you off balance. That's what they do.
I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to. There's some really good books out this week. Silver Surfer number 5 is another one this week. I'm really looking forward to. You've been reading
a couple reviews. I don't know who got the book early, but a couple people said it kind of falls flat in issue 5.
Is it really? Oh, that's
I read it. I read an article on Bleeding Cool about it, which you can't trust everything you read on Bleeding Cool. But they said it kind of falls flat. They were expecting more from that last issue. So. Yeah,
I was expecting something, because
I hope they're wrong about that. I mean, you're right. It's been a good series, I think, overall. Silver Black,
but the funny thing, when Cates does a run, like he did that run on Doctor Strange, and nobody really paid attention to it. Now everybody's freaking out about Bats the Dog, because Bats the Dog is going to be in an upcoming movie or comic series or something. Who knows? But it's funny when he writes this, and obviously his Thanos wins and Cosmic Ghost Rider. And I think his run he did on Doctor Strange when they went to that whole damnation. Remember that when and Johnny Blaze became the King of Hell and everything. I still say that's a.
I collected that whole run, that damnation run.
Yeah, I did too.
The whole run.
But when Johnny Blaze, when he becomes the King of Hell, I think that's down the road that'll be key. Like that's what happens. It seems like he writes stuff and then down the road it becomes a pretty big deal. So yeah. So.
Yeah, well, Ghost Rider. I mean, they could do a lot with that character. We'll see.
Are you guys getting an echo? Sorry, somebody's saying I'm getting an echo. Maybe I better double check to make sure I'm not. Let me.
I've got my YouTube audio turned off, so I don't think it's me.
I've got my YouTube audio off as well. Are you guys getting it? Can somebody just tell me if we're getting an echo here or not?
Somebody needs to clean out their ears, maybe.
Well, Comic Book Villain, hey Villain, how's it going, buddy? Says he's getting an echo, so I don't know. No echo here. Well, maybe it was just earlier on. I don't know.
Maybe it's his equipment. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So I also want to. So I want to talk about this one too. This Marauders #1 came out. Did you get that cover with the red?
The regular A cover, right? Or no, you got the red one. Yeah.
This is one of the variants with
the Red Queen. The Red Queen, right?
Yeah. I don't know. She didn't show up as the Red Queen in the book, so I'm guessing it's foreshadow. They seem to be doing all foreshadow.
Sailing term, right? So that's a sailing term on her knuckles.
Hold fast. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know if. But yeah, do you notice they're doing that with their books now? All these foreshadow, they've been starting to do that. Because we got Omega Red showing up in, I can't remember, one of the House of X or Powers of 10 books. He was on one of the foreshadow variants, and then Sunspot was sitting as as the king, the Red King. At least it looked like he was going to be. But whether he will be or not, I don't know. Who knows, right? But I just find it interesting that they're starting to go that way. You got to pay attention to these covers now because a lot of what you're seeing here is going to have some.
Well, when it ends up going that way, then all those issues will get hot again. They'll be on some top 10 list because it foreshadows it, right? That's what's going to happen. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and Inbound Hunters have asking if I'm. Well, I don't know if me or both of us. I'm getting all the new X-Men books, all the Dawn of X books. At least I'm buying the first. I'm going to buy at least 2 copies of cover A for every number. Well, probably up to issue 3, I would say, and I'll see what the stories are like. I'll definitely be sticking with X-Men. Probably Excalibur too. I don't know. I didn't like that.
I heard Excalibur was pretty good. I'm kind of on
Marauders
the fence.
Was okay. I'll see. Like I say, I'll see how it goes, and I'll buy a few. But I'm definitely sticking with or getting all the number. Excuse me, up to number 3 for every issue. So
Islas Garcia says he found Marauders to be more interesting than the main X-Men book. It's interesting.
Sound is terrible. Is the sound? Can somebody just tell me if the sound is okay? Somebody's telling me the sound is terrible.
Most people have said there's no echo. It sounds good.
Oh, okay.
Most of the people have said that. So
okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure.
I think we're okay.
Did you happen to read Immortal Hulk 25? Did you read that?
The first 4 pages were pretty out there.
Oh man, that was not what I was expecting. It was good.
No, I know. I was like, "Is this Immortal Hulk? Did I grab the wrong issue here?" I thought I was reading the wrong thing there for a minute.
Yeah, I thought.
Then, the last several pages, and they tie it right back. Then they bring you.
Yeah, it kind of all makes sense, and he's like the Immortal Galactic Hulk kind of thing, I guess you want to call him. So the big one last week, and this, did you happen to get your Batman 37? I
did, yes sir. I got
how are your copies? Because a lot of people were saying that the spines are all damaged on them.
This one's really good. This one's mint. Yeah, no problems. It's 9.6 to 9.8 range, it looks like.
Yeah, mine's really nice. And it's a black cover. As you know, black covers are tough to keep in good shape.
They're a little bit more difficult. Yep.
A lot of people were saying, though, that they were going to their shops and they were lucky to find 1 or 2 copies that weren't damaged. So I don't know if it was just Diamond just hucking them in boxes, as they usually do and break everything up. So Diamond
hires a bunch of imbeciles to pack their boxes is what I
I think I said it last week. I think they're temp workers.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It depends on who's working that week.
But yeah, this book's really heated up, and that's pretty low print run on that one. I think it's only like 14,000. Like it's not.
Yeah, that's easily a $20 to $25 book right now.
Yeah, and that's if she's got who knows, right? So definitely a good one. Hello, everybody. I see. Who else we got in here? Luis Ramirez, 504. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Roberto Rotondo, Sieg Falk, Villain. Well, I said hi to the Villain. Hey, Villain. He's always hanging around. Man, that guy gets a haul. Have you ever watched Comic Book Villain's hauls on? I try to watch his hauls. Usually, he puts his receipt across the screen. It goes for it's just.
I'll have to check him out.
He needs like a 3/4 ton truck just to bring his comics home. He's gonna get so many comics.
Good man.
The Pope Cerebus comics, you're in there. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Or Pope Cerebus the first, Paul, pardon me. Jose Serrano, Collector's Den, Gus Chico. What did they say here? My local LCS didn't have none. I was subbed to Batman Beyond since issue 1. I only got cover B, but they promised me A. Godly Comics, hey, buddy. You only got one copy, cover B. Oh, that sucks. Cover A is the one to have if you're
A is the one, I think. Yeah,
for sure. I talked about Nick had the remember that What If X-Men he was talking about, because it's got the X-Men, the new.
Right.
But there's a second print. If you don't, I'm trying to get it so there's no glare. But there is this second print copy of it. If you find that, it's dirt cheap, but it's worth getting because the print on that is really, really low. And it sounds like they're starting to do a little bit more with those X-Men, and that's their first appearance in that.
Yeah.
So if you can find that one, it's worth grabbing a copy. One of my Instagram guys, somebody on his, damn, I forget who it was, sent me a message and asked me if I got that one. I said, no, I didn't. I probably should go get that. And that was, I want to say about a month ago, before all the news came out that they were going to be doing a little bit more with them. So
yeah.
Oh, it looks like the Noir.
Looks like that one.
Hang on. Oh, there he is. Showing up late as usual.
Oh, man. I've been sitting backstage for a while. And the funny thing is, you're talking about trying to get rid of the glare. Can you hear me?
Yeah, unfortunately we can.
Oh, all right. Well, you're talking about trying to get rid of the glare on the comic book, but what about the glare in your glasses?
On my glasses. I know I try to do it at an angle so it at least it's not too bad. So
no, it's bad. You can see everything.
Well, it's just my face is bad. That's the problem.
I can see your social security number. How you guys doing? What's up?
Either the glare in his glasses or the glare in his dark soul and dead eyes. So either way.
We were just talking about some of the books that came out last week. You know, Batman Beyond 37.
Oh man,
being a good
scorcher.
I love black covers, and that's actually a really nice cover. I like that. And I was just saying
for two reasons. You know, it's got the first appearance, which I'm sure you already said, and then it also has the return of Blight, which is the nemesis of Terry McGinnis, and the character hasn't been around for like 5 years. So that's he
hasn't been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, I got a book that you recommended on the last show.
Oh yeah, what is it?
I bought it when we were on.
It's got the glare of Jim's eyes. Oh yeah, the worm. So that what's his name?
He-Man. It's He-Man.
John something.
Yeah. He becomes Barbarian. He's basically He-Man is what he is, right? He looks just like He-Man.
Yeah. Niord, I think, is one of his he's gonna be, what is this? We just went widescreen? What's going on?
It's better because it was getting a little cramped.
Yeah, it was a little cramped. I felt like I was right in your guys' faces. I felt like we were about to kiss. I don't know. It was kind of strange.
Well, you may have. I had no intention of that, Nick. Maybe I know.
I was hoping, you know.
I know.
You've been on for 20 minutes and you're still talking about what you're still going through. I heard you reading the chat.
Yeah, I was saying
you're reading off everybody's name.
We were ignoring people last time. So.
I was terrified last time.
Oh, what's up, everybody? How are you? I think the funny thing is I can't even if I wanted to say something to someone in chat, like type something, there's no text box, but whatever. Those are our problems.
You got to go on YouTube.
Oh, all right. Good to know.
And then
figure it out next time.
Make sure you mute your audio on YouTube so you don't hear.
Yeah, we don't get the echo.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work. But so what do you guys think about? There's been some significant movie announcements last week. You got Bloodshot. Did you see the teaser trailer for Bloodshot before it came out?
I did, and I'm not all that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one. Yeah,
I thought it was a vicious 3-second teaser, man. I mean, at least the teaser I thought was cool when his face getting.
Okay. If that's all they put out, it looked cool. But then I saw the minute and a half long trailer with all the. I don't know.
What didn't you like? What was the problem?
What's that?
What was the problem?
It just looks cheesy to me. That's my.
He wants to see the big red dot on his chest.
Oh,
that's why.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll show it. I don't know.
I don't know. Well,
you got a tan, Jim? You look like you're tan. Either you're tan or jaundice.
Yeah, I was outside for work for a couple days there. And
what were you doing? Running the penguins around in the yard or something? Yeah. Taking them for a walk? Jim lives in Canada, for those of you that don't know.
My igloo was starting to needed some work.
It was starting to turn into ice cubes.
Yeah. So I had to get out and trim the ice cubes off the edge of it. So
I like that.
I couldn't get in the doorway, so you know how it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought it looked good. I think you think it looks cheesy, huh? Jeff said it looks cheesy too. I didn't really think it looked cheesy.
I don't know. You can get a pretty good. I don't know.
I'm hoping it's going to be good. I mean, I like Vin Diesel. I think most of the stuff he does is decent. I like the Riddick series. I love Riddick. I mean, I thought those.
Yeah, it's been a while. If you're still talking about the Riddick series is what you like, it's like, oh man, when's this guy's last hit been? I guess Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, Fast and Furious.
I'm not a big fan of those movies. I've seen enough cars.
Yeah, they drove those into the ground pretty hard. Yeah. And by the way, that was the worst ride. The worst amusement park ride is Fast and Furious.
There's a Fast and Furious amusement park ride?
Yeah. Universal Studios. You sit in everyone sits in a row and the screen is off to the side, so you have to turn to watch. You have to turn to watch what's going on.
Oh, really? That sounds terrible. You probably waited 2.5 hours in line for it too.
No,
that's like Universal Studios.
No, I don't wait at all.
You got your little gold pass, don't you?
I'm a celebrity. I walk in and they stop the ride for me. Yep.
What, Justice for Comics? They say, hey, everybody move aside.
No.
Justice for Comics.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
It's because he was on my channel. That's what happened, Nick. He was on my channel.
Get out of here, your channel. You know what, Jim? Here's the problem. I think that the Jim Comics brand is suffering from oversaturation. In the past 30 days, we've seen you twice.
I know.
As who just mentioned that? Mikolos.
Yeah.
Then we got Jim popping up on Facebook, and it's like, all right, come on, let's just trickle Jim out into the market. Let's not see.
Like I'm cutting into your key collector up your notifications that come out every 5 seconds.
Yeah. Well, look, there's a lot going on in the comic world. We just got Fathom announced as it's actually in production already, and so is Soulfire. They're going to be a crossover. Wasn't that your nickname in college basketball, Jim? Soulfire. No. Yes. No. So those are going to be movies. They're going to be crossover series, and that's actually going to happen. It's already in the process.
I did see that on your app. So hey, Pops is in the house.
What's up, Pops?
Pops is hanging in there.
Pops is a good guy.
Somebody was asking just up here, what do we think Venom 19 is going to be the first appearance as Dylan as
I could tell you for a fact that it won't, but there will be a little bit more of his venomization, his symbiote venomish.
Kind of the eyes in 18, and
they do the eyes, and then he speaks in that ancient tongue. They have a word bubble where he's talking in that gibberish. The people that subscribe to Key Collector already know this because I sent out subscriber spoilers the other day, which you have the option to look at or not.
Well, if your stupid app would have let me in today to check it without having.
Oh yeah. By the way. So for anybody that's having problems, you just got to update. I had to walk Jim through it like he was like he was a caveman. I had to walk him through the update.
I was trying to use my knuckles to
right. Yeah, so if anybody's having problems, just go and update the app. If you don't know how to do it, just delete it and then re-download it.
Okay, well, there you go. And the good thing is I didn't get any updates every 5 seconds while it wasn't.
Dude,
working.
you love the updates. Don't even start. Don't even start with me. What does your hat say? What is it? What's on your hat?
Lions. You can see that? That's our football team here. They're terrible.
Yeah. Well,
they didn't make the playoffs this year. They were like 5 and 13. Because we
all right, nobody cares. All right, so let's go back to comics, right?
Yeah, they're terrible.
British Columbia. Come on.
BC Lions, they're awesome.
I love the Canadians.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about what's been hot? You know, what do you guys think of that Hellboy poster? I know that's been getting a lot of controversy.
That was some good spec by Topher to get that one.
Thank you from heroes to icons. No thank you to Jim. I don't know. Jim might be angry at me. I don't know. Have you been drinking that moose juice lately? Is that what's going on? Have you been drinking too much of it? You get angry, you get in fights. I don't know.
That's when I have my rye, my Canadian rye.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that what you like? I'll send you a bottle.
Yeah, please do.
With the comics that I'm going to send you.
Yeah.
Next year.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah. So, that next man, I thought it was pretty cool. You see Hellboy a few months before he's officially introduced. Do you know what we're talking about, Justice? I don't know your name, man. I'm sorry. I don't know.
14, yeah, it's Seth. Next Men 14,
Seth.
Right? Yeah.
Seth.
No,
Next Men 14. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I don't have. I've got the Next Men. Was it 20?
I thought you said X-Men. Yeah.
No, Next Men.
Yeah.
Jeez, Jim, pay attention, will you?
What is it? Is it 21? Is his first Hellboy's official first full is 21? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I have that one, but I got a couple copies of that. But I did not. I don't have number 14, and
I don't have 14.
I'll have to check my LCSs because I'm sure they don't pay attention, a lot of them, to that kind of stuff. So I might have a chance.
Yeah. Well, no, Seth is drinking. Somebody said infamous 415. I thought
I'm drinking Basil Hayden bourbon.
Hey, don't get all.
Going to be smashed in an hour. I know. Like,
you
are. You're going to be. No, don't even start with the. This is usually like this,
like
and then another this, and then a little more of this. Right?
A little splash of water on the top, or an ice cube. Yeah.
Jim, right. An ice cube or a corner from Jim's house. You know, whatever you prefer, right?
I have those fancy round ice cubes that you.
Oh, those are good. Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, somebody said I got a snow burn earlier, so that's what happened. I was outside, and you get the reflection off the snow, so you get the double. You get the sun and the reflection. You get double the. It's like
what's the temperature up there in Canada right now?
I never had that problem before.
Right now,
yeah.
Well, it's down to close to freezing at night. Anyway,
what are you doing? Looking outside to see what the temperature is? Can you tell just by looking out the window?
I look out the window.
He's got his one of those old.
He's like, it's about 15 below.
That is brutal right now.
The clothes are freezing.
I like this dick guy. I don't know. I don't understand.
Snow burn. I thought you said snow bird. I didn't know what you were talking. You got snow burn? Get out of here. That's ridiculous. I've never heard that before. I've heard windburn.
Hey, do you guys have you had this on your app there a little while ago? I got 2 copies.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I got 2 copies, really cheap from a guy out here.
Who are we doing, a haul video, Jim? Chill out.
I'm also going to show off my my House of Secrets.
God, I should grab mine. You want me to? No, I'm not going to do.
Look at the corners on this thing.
Yeah, that one's in beautiful shape.
It says
I had to pay
it says StreamYard on it. You should get that. That's not going to go well. Oh, it's the glare. That's right.
Yeah, it's glare. It's really nice. Like the colors are
great.
It is
nice.
Not a mark on it.
Yeah, that looks pretty good, man.
Really nice.
I think mine's better though.
I passed on a couple just because I didn't want one that was all beat up and creases in the cover. Because those black cover, man, that one's a tough one to get in nice shape because they get so beat up. And the paper, as much as we say the paper is crappy on some of the books today, some of those old ones, man, you just turn the page the wrong way and you get a crease in the cover on it. So.
Hey, Comic Boom, you could delete the app. You won't lose data. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Play my guitar. Maybe I will sing Jim a song. That might be nice.
I think you should. That would be perfect.
Maybe I will. I'll sing the Canadian anthem. What is it called? Oh, Canada? Yeah, that's right. So what do you think of, again, you want to go back? What do you say?
Oh, Comic Book Villain. He says, I just grabbed my nuts That is shit.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, let's keep it clean, all right?
Yeah.
What you guys want to talk about some books that are coming out?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
See, Jim needs to. I'm trying to train Jim how to
run a
focus and how to run the show. You know, otherwise he's going to be reading out shout outs. Oh, what do we got? Another comic book shout out. Oh, comic store shout out. Who's your next comic store shout out?
Oh, you're a jackass. You know that?
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. I love you though, man.
I know you do.
Yeah. So I just saw today, again, in the spoilers, I didn't send this spoiler out yet because I got it late in the day, but in Wonder Woman Annual, and I don't know if anybody cares, but they have the first appearance of a new character, War Master, and then they're going to introduce the 4 horsewomen in the November Wonder Woman. And I don't know if anybody cares about Wonder Woman, but I just
not really. That's definitely worth picking up. So Wonder Woman Annual this week?
Yeah, the Wonder Woman Annual. There's a cameo appearance of somebody named War Master. Thank you, Mr. Ewing. He's a good dude. I am a bully. You're right. It's but Jim bullies me too. So come on. He does bully me.
You guys know I bully him constantly. I send him texts all the time, and
he does. He harasses me. He sends me I have a restraining order against him. He can't leave Canada. That's actually what's going on.
It's weird. I was getting all these odd text messages at my phone. There's something wrong with my phone the other day. Remember?
You're so full of. You know what? So then there's that. What do you guys think about that Thor solicitation? Because we got Kate's on Thor, and it's saying that it's the Black Winter, and it's the Devourer King. The Devourer King.
Yeah.
But the odd thing is that they have a variant that has that. Your favorite, which I just found out recently, Jim's favorite cover, Silver Surfer #2 with Thor and Silver Surfer on it.
No. That's Silver Surfer 4.
4, number 4. Yeah. Sorry.
That is a very nice cover.
So they are homaging that cover for that new Kate's Thor run.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that is going to be if the Black Winter is going to have something to do with Silver Surfer Black, because
I wouldn't doubt it. Like I was saying earlier, he's going to everything he does kind of ties in eventually at some point. You don't realize it at the time, but I still think he had those 3 sentries up guarding Noel's gate in that issue #1.
That's right.
That was the first appearance of them, and they're all going to show up. I guarantee you, and when they're drawn really nice, like by Stegman or somebody else, and not Trad Moore's art, which I really like, but some people have a rough time with.
I like it too. I think it's cool.
That book is going to be, people are going to be jumping for that book, because that's the first appearance of those characters. They went to sleep, and then Noel woke them up, but he said, stay there, and he went after Silver Surfer. So yeah, that's a key one, I think.
Yeah, so he might be in that Thor, in that upcoming Thor somehow. Who knows? They jump around in time. I don't know.
Yeah, and then that run with that new Thor run is going to be really good. I guarantee you'll probably have somewhere in there. He'll sprinkle in a new first appearance, but he'll tie in Noel and Grendel and all that stuff from his Venom run.
Yeah, speaking of Grendel's mom is Big Mother, and that's like in the original introduction of that character, Big Mother, which is Captain Marvel 21. And she's showing up. She's on the cover of the new Scream symbiote issue that's coming out in like a month or two. So with that whole Grendel, I think they're going to retcon that character, Big Mother, and tie her into the Grendel dragon and do something with her, because she looks like a symbiote, even though she was introduced 15 years ago and had nothing to do with Carnage or any of them. She kind of looks like she could fit the bill.
Rewrite her origin.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking, is that King Thor or Thor? No, we're talking about.
I just skipped around. I'm
sorry. Relaunch of Thor that Cates is taking over the writing for starting in January of next year. So there's going to be it looks really good. So if you
they're only showing like one or and the January solicitations, they're only showing a couple of the covers, so they're not really releasing a lot of the covers yet.
No, but it's good. I think it'll be great. He's a big Thor fan. He was a big Jason Aaron fan as well, so that'll definitely be good.
Well, him and Aaron are good friends, so they're probably like, hey, you want you write Thor for a while now. I'm tired of it. And,
What do you think? What do you guys think about that new Spider-Man Noir miniseries they just announced? Like this book,
I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Isn't that how Jim says cool? I think it's cool. K-E-W-L. It's cool. Sorry.
Who's going to be the artist on that? Did they announce that?
I can't. I think they did, but I didn't write it down. So, but yeah, that Spider-Man Noir. This is already a pricey book if you haven't got it. And the whole miniseries is good to have, but that because he was in the movie, obviously. But yeah, they're doing another miniseries, so that's definitely worth picking up. That comes out. I wrote that down. When the hell does that come out?
See that piece of paper? I bet it's a total.
It's not, I don't think it's in January. I think it's February. Might be February.
Comes out March. So it's a ways off, but it's definitely worth getting that one on your list. You got lots of time to pre-order that, but if you want it, make sure you do because that'll be a good one.
I just pre-ordered all my January books the other day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you pick up? Anything interesting?
There's a lot of good stuff, man.
What are you excited most about? What's that?
I mean, I like the. I was into the X-Men end. I like how they kill off characters. So you got a Doctor Strange the end. You've got a Venom the end. I like to see how they kill these guys off, and you've got really nice covers by Raza on all of those. So,
Rich Warner is saying the Ravens and Donny Cates. Donny Cates always writes in animals, whether it's Bats the dog or now the Sleeper is like he's taking the form of these different animals. And he did say that the Ravens in his upcoming Thor. Hugin and Moonin, I think are their names.
Hugin and Mugen or something?
Yeah, are going to play a part in that. And they actually do have a first appearance. It's in Thor. I forgot. I put it on spec. Thor 242 or something like that. But I made a little list of some things that are coming out. If you want me to just maybe go through them real quick and we can talk about them. Is that okay, Jim?
I'm just going to check.
This is your show.
Yeah, I know, but I'm checking the book. Shut up. I'm checking the book.
Oh, okay. All right. So just a couple things that are coming up. Fallen Angels. Looks like they're introducing Apoth and his children, which I think there's going to be a new villain, Apoth, in that X-Men book, Fallen Angels #5. What is it? Thor what?
274.
274.
Yeah.
I think that I think that Tom King's son, Joe.
I said that twice in my video. I even had it written down as Stephen King, and I said, I got Tom King on my brain.
Kept on saying
he's only 6 years old, but he's a damn good writer.
He was. I can't believe I did that. Oh, what are you gonna do? I'm getting old.
Twice. He's like Tom King. It's the son of Tom King. It's like Tom King's son is like 3 years old. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That would be
Stephen King. His son Joe Hill. Yeah, I know. What can I say? I shit the bed on that one. I got to say that once in a while. Gino, if he's in here, he'll like that comment.
Gino Mears?
Yeah.
So basket full of heads. What I think might happen with this it's the Joe Hill imprint. They're actually DC Black Label books, but there's an imprint on DC Black Label books called like Joe Hill Comics. And they're all horror books. They're not all written by him, but he must be overseeing all of them. HBO Max and Warner Media are the same company. They're the same company. Warner Media owns HBO Max, and that streaming service is about to launch. They actually have an investor meeting on Hill House Comics. Thank you, Brian. Yeah. They actually have an investor meeting on October 29th, which is in a couple days. And they said that they're going to be announcing a lot of their DC slate, their HBO Max slate, which is supposed to include some DC issues or properties in that. So I'm wondering if there might be some Joe Hill books that are coming out of that because they have this deal with him. Yeah. And it seems like these are the kind of things that could show up well on a streaming service is like a one-off show.
And they're going to need content. This is something I've said several times over the last couple of years, that these streaming services it's the way of the future. And all these books that are coming out now are good. I mean, you're going to see them get options we're seeing them get options sometimes before the book even hits the shelf. And a lot of these characters are going to be on either on the television shows or in movies so much quicker than they used to be in the past. Marvel or with Disney doing the Marvel shows, they got all canceled for a while and everybody's freaking out, but that was just because they're all coming. That was behind the scenes fighting between Feige and the other guys. But now that he's the
Jeff Loeb, yeah,
I mean, so they're all going to be have huge budgets, and they're all going to be linked to the movies as well. So what happens in the shows will be canon for the movies and stuff. So it's all going to be intertwined, and all these characters are like I say it all the time. It's such a great time to be collecting because so much of this stuff is going to be key.
You say that all the time. It's getting a little old.
I know, but I can't help it.
I'm just joking, man. Don't agree with me. Then you make me feel bad, please.
That's my point. I'm trying to make you feel bad for
well, you're doing a good job, man.
I gotta pull the knife out of my back when I.
Oh please, get out of here! What a drama queen!
I don't want to scare people pulling it right here. So
you're being a drama queen right now.
Yeah, I know.
Soulfire. That's what we call you.
That basket full of heads does look really good. I talked about that one a couple of months ago as well as one to look forward to, and I agree with you. I think that's got a really good future. Just kind of like you were saying. I think your app even mentioned it that it's almost like Netflix with their
Millar World.
Millar World, and they signed that first look agreement with Dark Horse, that kind of a thing, where there's
a lot of first look agreements out there, and that's another. A lot of people are like, these books are never going to get made. All these option properties are out there, and there are a lot of them, and a lot of them won't get made. But it takes a long time for this stuff to get made.
Yeah.
Like that optioned announcement is just the beginning. Then they got to find producers. Then they got to write it. Then they have to just do all the executive administrative stuff. And then they got to cast it. And then they got to film it. And then there's post-production. So it takes a long time for this stuff to get.
It's a couple of years. Like from start to finish is a couple of years. So don't.
Absolutely.
Because if it doesn't come out in 6 months after they say it's been optioned. I mean, look at God Country with Donnie King. That was the news came out that he was, about was it a year ago now that he'd signed that deal and he was writing the script and everything. I mean, I mean, have you heard anything with that? No, but I mean, it'll probably be another year before they even start filming on that and get a cast. So it'll realistically,
so you get that initial spike when they announce the option.
Yeah,
and then
everybody forgets about it.
And it dies down, and then when the trailer drops, you get that another spike.
It goes again, right? So, yeah,
it's true.
That's $100 book now, anyways. But I mean, it'll scream up there again. It's a low print, so it's a good one to get.
Faux show.
Yeah,
okay, I'm in the chat now. I think I'm in the chat.
Good. Somebody's asking if they think the new Star miniseries will be any good. I think it will be.
Well, they're introducing Vox Supreme, which sounds like something from Taco Bell, but it's actually a new character. I think it's a new character. In the Death of the Inhumans, they had Vox. They introduced Vox, and now
I like that villain. I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was cool.
Oh, he looked awesome.
Yeah,
he looked awesome.
Variant for #1. That's that one. I think
that design variant was awesome. I love that.
That's a great cover.
Yeah,
that gray cover with the. Remember that one? Nick?
What is it? Which one?
Well, for issue #1 for Death of the Humans, there was a design variant with Vox.
Yeah, that was cool.
That
one was cool. There was also an homage to the Pieta, where that sculpture where just forget it.
Yeah.
Let's just go. Jim is always right. Pops, you gotta chill out. Jim's not that.
Talking about Star, I don't think with Captain Marvel #11, she right at the end she says she is the Reality Stone. I remember we talked about this a little bit so Bautista in that Infinity Watch, he gets the Time Stone, and now she's got the Reality Stone. So I think we're going to have, like we were saying, maybe in this incoming series, you're going to get somebody else with one of the Infinity Stones, but it almost looks like they're going to be.
Maybe she's the delusional stone. Maybe that's what she has.
Oh, maybe, I don't know, but I mean, she's got powers. She's able to. I mean, she siphons powers. Yeah. But
they there's going to be probably 4 more characters that receive stones, and they might have already received. They might have already been hinted at. That we haven't noticed yet. If anybody notices something where.
Yeah,
they have a glowing rock in their chest.
Well, what about in Black Panther, where there's that? I know there's that kind of looks like Esteban's going to join us. So I'm just going to.
Manwolf. Yeah, Manwolf. Manwolf. They're using Manwolf a lot. Yeah, but Manwolf. Yeah, they got him on the cover. He's got that red. He's got that red design on his chest.
Hey, Esteban, you there?
Yeah, how's it going, man? Can you hear me?
Esteban,
What's up, Esteban?
Hey,
is,
what's up, man?
joining us here.
Finally got everything up and running.
Esteban. It looks like you got strip club lighting in there.
I know, right?
That's kind of funky lighting. What is that?
Pretty cool.
Where's the pole, Esteban? Where's the pole?
These guys, I'll show you. They're pretty cool.
What is that?
You got a bong back there too?
That's a neon, huh?
Oh wow.
They're pretty awesome. You can control them from your phone. Like
that's cool. That
sure.
drives me out of my mind, but it's cool to look at.
You can have it be solid light, flickering, going to music, whatever. You can do whatever you want.
Nice.
That's awesome. An artist, man. He's got got a lot of stimulation going on there.
It's just like a to draw well. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Esteban has got a new cover. You want us to give you a few minutes, Esteban, to get set up?
Yeah. Give me a couple minutes.
Yeah, Jim. Esteban, you really cast your spell over Jim. I swear, it's like he's talking about you.
His artwork is crazy good, man. It is so good. And I said to so many people, to get an artist's work when they first come on scene, being low print runs, if you can get first prints of the stuff, that is the way to go, man. But I love his artwork. And wait till you see this cover that he's got for The Rejected coming up. It's really good.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Anyways, we'll let him set up there. Do you want? You got any more to say about Star? Do you think that miniseries is gonna be good or what? I think
it's probably gonna be an origin series, I would imagine, and I think that it'll be interesting to see because whatever they do there is probably going to circle back in whatever's coming up in the future. So I think I think it'll be pretty interesting. They're obviously getting behind it. When we were at the somehow I got invited to the retailer luncheon at breakfast at New York Comic-Con, and they were they had spent some time talking about it. So and seems to be putting some dollars behind it to promote it and to market it. So I think it'll do something. I think they're planning on not just making it a character that just gets dumped off.
Yeah, well, usually when they do a mini series that tells you they got bigger plans for that character. That's what they did with Wolverine. He had as we all know, the 4-part mini series back in the 80s, and they launched his series.
Yeah.
In the 80s. They've done that.
Star. So you heard it here. Jim said Star is the next Wolverine. Okay, you heard it here.
I think Cosmic Ghost Rider is the next Wolverine. That's my. I said that, but I've said it a few times. I think Thanos 13 is this generation's Hulk 181, just because it's a low print. It's a cool character. It's cool. And I think he's got legs. And I keep getting people all say, no way, man, you're full of whatever. We'll see what happens. But I got a pretty good track record.
They're doing the Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider is a new series coming out. Gary Nusser, he's got I think it's called the Despective Agency. He's got a blog, but he noticed and he told me that
that's what his thing is.
Yeah, there's a character named Cammy Bernali that's going to be teaming up with Cosmic Ghost Rider as a sidekick in this new series. She first appears in the 2005 Drax #1, where Drax, in that issue, Drax appears for the first time as like the MCU version of that character. Like he doesn't have the whole getup that he had in Iron Man 55.
Yeah.
55. Did he first appear in 55 with Thanos?
55.
But he looks like the Marvel. But this Cammy Bernali appears and is going to be, brought back after years. So they must be doing something with the character. Also, there's a team called Livewires, and they're like an android team that's gone rogue. Yeah. This is another thing Gary told me. They are appearing in the Black Panther, Agents of Wakanda. And I don't know if that book's doing anything. What do you think of that Iron Man 2020, by the way?
I'm on the fence with it. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge Iron Man fan, so I can't. I want to get some of the keys of his in that run. Like I don't have 55, so that's one I got to get. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably buy some of the
Yeah, you'll at least get the A cover, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm going to get the B cover, 3 copies of the C cover, and I'm going to get the,
No.
bookmark that comes with it.
Yeah.
On,
So,
man.
yeah, some people in the
Chill
chat.
out.
South Store Online says Thanos 13 doesn't have an iconic cover involving the character. Well, yeah, that's true. It's not. That is true. I just think the character itself is a great character, but we'll see. Who knows? Time will always tell with these things. Somebody else was asking about the Guardians of the Galaxy with
Greek asked about
that.
Guardians. Who knows if Al Ewing can catch lightning in a bottle again with a series like that, like he did with Immortal Hulk. But you remember from like issue 2 to issue 20, pretty much right after they introduced the Red Harpy, it was like anything that was hinted at by Al Ewing
blew up.
That book, that back issue blew up. So it's like Red Harpy. Oh my, we got to get Harpy. We got to get, what's the other character? Red She-Hulk. And then it was like,
we were all
a lot of people got
that series for a while. That series, oh man, it was the talk of the town. Everything was just red hot for months, for about 6 months. Yeah.
And I don't know if they lost their audience. I don't know if it's all the spec aspect of it kind of dwindled because he was matching up these characters and it kind of confused the market, I think. But who knows? If he's a great writer, and I think when there's a great writer, I think that the characters that they reintroduce that don't have much prior back history or much popularity, I think that they make them really good, and then those issues jump. So will Marvel Boy Noir be a bigger character? Will Moondragon? Moondragon's probably a given because she's also rumored to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3. She is Drax's daughter. I don't think a lot of people know that. Moondragon is Drax's daughter. And she was introduced initially as Madam McEvil, which is like what you would call food poisoning from, Burger King. Do they have like McDonald's out by you, Jim? Do they have?
Yeah. McDonald's, Burger King, got it all, buddy.
Do they? Okay.
4 Starbucks within 5 minutes of my house.
Get out of here. They don't have a Starbucks out by you.
Do so. Hey, Rich Warner's asking about Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles. What do you guys buying those? I haven't been buying Power Rangers. I bought a couple. I buy them sporadically, but I'm just not a big Power Rangers fan.
Yeah, I don't have any Power Rangers. I've been buying some of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with that new character.
I'm more excited about the He-Man and the Multiverse. They're going to introduce for the first time anti, however you like to say it, Anti-Eternia. That sounds like Ant-Eternia then. Anti-Eternia, which is like the opposite of He-Man, like a villain. He looks kind of cool. But
what's his face? Grayskull or whatever? No, that's Castle.
That's the castle. Yeah. Castle.
Forget the guy. The Skeletor. Is it Skeletor?
How do you forget that? He looks like a skeleton. Skeletor.
I was trying to
How do you even forget that name?
Because I'm looking at you and all I can think of is Jack.
Yeah, don't even start.
That's so Skeletor. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll get that one too. So Skeletor. There you go. Thanks, Infamous.
I think that the Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know a little bit about it. And I was told not to say what's going to happen, but there's going to be an interesting character. It's going to tie together.
Ninja Turtles we're talking about, or what?
Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. Yeah, the team up, the upcoming book. It's going to be a good book. Actually, Boom's got there's another book coming out called Heartbeat, which I read the first issue. It was pretty interesting. Yeah. It's like poetic.
I haven't read that one, but Folklore looks really good. I know, Seth, you talked about that last video. I think Folklore from Boom. That one looks kind of.
The art's so cartoony. That kills it for me sometimes when they go real cartoony with that art.
Yeah. Oh well. Hey, Esteban, you all set up there?
Yeah. I'm all good now.
All right, guys.
Up and running.
We'll take.
All right, I'm gonna do some comments. I'll let you guys do your thing. I got the comments up.
Before I show the cover off, I finally got these in a couple of days ago, and I'm going to start shipping them out to everyone who.
Oh yeah.
This is the print version of
Is that the metal one? That's not the metal one.
No. The metal one should be coming in the next day or so, but this is just a print version.
Oh, that's really nice.
So yeah, it came out really nice. So you got the book there. Nice.
Oh, that's beautiful. Love it.
So you got this one, and because the colors came out janky on the first print run, and I didn't catch it until I got home.
Oh.
It was all like, it was grayed out. It was a really weird color. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I have it here, and it took a couple extra days to get the colors right, which is why the delay took a little bit. But you can see this one's a bit more grayish or more
Yeah, because
the other one has more of a blue, like the blue tint.
Yeah, the original has more of a blue.
Yeah,
it's catching the light.
Yeah, it does.
Is that one. So I didn't catch it till I got home. I was like, oh man, I don't want to give everyone who ordered like the wrong color batch.
Now you should give out the ones that are the wrong color as like an exclusive, and you make those more of a chase.
Oh, it'll be an error copy, right?
Yeah. No, I mean,
a recalled.
Yeah, recalled error copy.
Yeah, because they printed 110 because I always do 110 in case I mess one up or one gets damaged. I have something to swap.
Yeah.
So I have 110 of those messed up ones, and to keep the actual exclusivity of it, I'm probably going to keep them until if anything happens, then that may change. But I just want to make sure that the 110 of the real ones are definitely distributed to everyone who ordered.
Cool.
So yeah,
that's really nice. That's a gorgeous.
Huel. All right. So you guys ready to see the new cover?
Yeah.
Yes,
I know you show the back. Do you want to show the back first?
Yeah, I was going to say let's show the back first. Let me swap. Let me bring myself down.
Because I showed an image.
What happened to the light show?
Oh, I controlled it and I had it not flicker anymore, or it's slightly.
It wasn't bothering me. I liked it.
Nick was getting into his disco mode.
Yeah, hey, I was. I was about to put on my.
I could turn it back on.
Hey, how was Ace? How was the comic convention?
Oh, it was great. It was a good show. Super busy the entire weekend. I was getting home 7 o'clock at night every day, just like completely drained. I think I sold out of 4 or 5 different prints. So I mean, it was a great show.
Did anybody mention Jim?
Actually, yeah. I think there was a couple. Now that I think about it,
that's a no.
Yeah, that's a no.
He's being nice.
I appreciate the effort, Esteban. That's awesome.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure because, like I said, those cons can be a blur for me. Like I work all 3 days together, and I kind of don't remember everything. It's going nonstop, like talking to customers. Like there's 3 of us, and we're constantly talking and meeting thousands of people. So it's like, it all blurs together. But I'm pretty sure there's at least 2 that talked about the stream that they saw it. So
that's cool.
That was very cool.
Nice.
So here is the back cover, the tease that you did on your page, but it wasn't the full thing. That's going to be this one right here. Is that the right one? So let me go. I can go zoom in a little bit. Hey Jim, can you go full screen?
Oh, you want me to put full screen? Hang on a second.
So people can see.
There we go.
There it is.
Good.
So it's I added much more. So what you guys saw was just basically the skull, but you're looking at a lot more.
So it's a skull floating in blood, is what it is.
Yeah, so it's like a skull coming out of blood.
Yeah.
And there's like hands and come on. Oh, it's good it's hidden. Peter's been really slow today.
Yeah, and there's a body up in the left corner there too.
Yeah, there's a body in the left-hand corner. She was fun to draw. Yeah, there's.
Looks like Jim's basement.
My igloo. That's what
Let me
my
move this out of the way so you guys can see. I just realized my thing was in the way. That's better. So you guys got some goodies. So this will be the back cover of the book.
Nice.
Rejected Volume 3. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. I went through probably 5 different iterations of ideas for this. I can't tell you how many versions I went through this book for both covers. It was insane. I was killing myself trying to make it really good. But so that's going to be the rear, and then the main one. I know you guys. Boom.
Yeah, red foil would look cool, Jeff. That would be
that's cool. I love how you can see you got all these creepy dudes in the background.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, so there's like sets of eyes. See her. It's like sets of eyes in the fire.
Yeah, his face looks so creepy.
Hey, chill out, man. Are you talking? Oh, you're talking about this guy, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the teaser, but the teaser that we showed off was an early version of.
Yeah, it didn't have the. It only had just his face, pretty much, didn't it?
Yeah, basically, that's all it really was.
Yeah.
I decided I really need, but yeah, I was kind of morphing it and going, and I did this guy. So I really wanted to play with the different kinds of rejected souls, essentially. So I kind of had freedom to play with it a bit. So yeah, this will be a Black Cape Comics exclusive. That instead of doing 100 like we've done with the other ones, it will be 200. So it's going to be upped. It's still pretty limited, but it's definitely more than 100. So I'm
it'll go pretty fast because that's. Do you know when that goes up for sale?
I'm not exact. Yeah. Pre-sale is going to be Wednesday.
This Wednesday, this week.
This Wednesday. What is it? No, October 30th. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be on Black Cape Comics at 8 p.m. Eastern.
This Thursday. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then I'll have the print version up on my site too, and the link will be on Black Cape Comics' pre-order page, and you'll see the link at the bottom if anyone wants the signed.
Jim loves black covers.
Of that one, so I'll be doing 200 copies to go to match the quantity of the book as well.
Of your first edition prints, is that where you're?
Yeah. So the first edition prints are just going to be 200, and that's it. I'm not reproducing them after that. It's just kind of to go along with the book, so there's the exact same amount of both.
Nice.
So I'm super excited. It came out really great. I struggled hard, but it definitely paid off.
I love the lighting on his face and his hands and stuff. It just looks so cool.
Yeah. At first, I didn't even catch it until like a couple days ago that I really needed to change the lighting to make the fire look from below.
Yeah.
I had to really kind of mess with his with the highlights on the cheeks and on the nose and on the chin to make it seem like the fire flow was coming from below him.
I love when it actually looks like a piece of it is illuminated, like his eyes. It actually looks like it's
glowing.
Lit. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty.
Super zoomed, but
seems very skillful.
Yeah, that looks wicked.
Yeah.
And do you know how much those are?
I believe they're going to be $29.99 for these guys. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more, but they say this one definitely is going to be 2 full covers, essentially. Obviously, the front and back. So I definitely put a ton of time into this.
Yeah.
Black Cape and I talked, and he's like, "Yeah, so we're going to do 200 books at $29.99." And but we have a feeling they're going to go just as fast, if not faster, than Demon Sea. Hopefully. Oh, and I don't know if you guys
we have 156 people watching this live stream right now.
What?
Awesome.
Get out of here.
And I'm pretty sure most of them are going to probably pick up a copy. So that there's most of your sales right there are going to be probably from the people in the chat.
Would be awesome. And I don't know if you guys heard, but the Rejected won the Spacey Award for the best indie book.
Kevin Spacey Award?
It's called the Spacey Award, or Spacey's.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, it's like an indie book comic award show. I don't know where it's held, but yeah, that won best indie book this year.
That's awesome, man! Congratulations.
So the series 1, which is great for everyone, and that's super cool, and we're excited.
I've said since this thing came out, I fully expect this series. I'm just going to put that back down here. So
you were right for once.
I think that's going to get option for like it screams a horror movie. I mean, it just absolutely
does. Yeah, it definitely does. That's something that I'm definitely hoping that happens, but I have no knowledge because I'm not directly involved with the production of the book. But I was luckily able to get a script for this particular book before I was able to draw something, which is the first time that's happened. So it gave me a little bit more insight and actually creative juice to kind of kick something out that I liked. Usually I go in blind, which isn't fun, but like, here's the title, here's the synopsis, go crazy. I'm like, man.
Hey, Esteban, I got a couple of questions for you in the chat.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing any other art like for Marvel, or are you just sticking with independent right now?
I'm waiting for Marvel or DC to either reach out or work with, just because they're a little bit more difficult to get into the door with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they come with the opportunity, I'd be more than happy to.
And also, somebody else is asking, what computer art program do you use? I don't know if you want to disclose that or not, but somebody's asking what art program you use.
Photoshop. So yeah, it's nothing too crazy. Okay. I just use it as like straight painting. So I'm not using like the photo editing of Photoshop. I'm not doing photo manipulation or anything, but I just basically just open up a blank document and grab the brush and in here and paint. So you can basically use this with any kind of photo software. GIMP, I know some people use. Is there another one? GIMP is free. That's the nice thing about it.
GIMP.
GIMP, yeah, GIMP. It was something we used in college a lot when like none of us can afford the full blown version of.
You guys like bring out the GIMP and then you'd start doing art, and it was like, we did that.
Yeah. So then, but luckily, Adobe offers the way I pay for it is monthly, not the $800 up front, because I know that's tough for a lot of people to shell that kind of money up. Yeah, I pay like $20 a month or 20. I think you can pay like $20 a month, maybe less for like one program, or you can get
guys, it's rejected. This is rejected, right?
Yeah,
everyone wants to know what it's from.
Yeah,
and the skull.
This is the rejected volume 3. Long is the way.
Yeah, the skull is the back cover, and then the creepy dude is the front cover, and the skull is the back cover.
Yeah, so it's basically going to look like this, back to back.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a knob. I'm a knob.
Not a GIMP.
Jim's got a knob head.
Knob. I put
Seth
Gimpy
is
knob,
drinking Knob Creek. So we got all the knobs wrapped up together in one.
Yeah,
we
so
want to stay with the theme, we want to stay with the theme, Nick. Knobs.
It is. It's a good thing. We got to figure out a knob joke for Esteban now. Kind of ruining it, but it's all right. We'll think of something.
There is Black Cape is running a sale too to kind of go along with the release of this book, or the pre-sale of this book. I think it's 20% off anything, all of my covers, I believe, through them. Let me double check what the exact code was. So I know he told me that now till Wednesday, I believe it was. Let me see. Stream. So if you just use the code STREAM at checkout, you get extra 20% off any of his sales already. And I don't know if
Let me write that down. What was that again?
Stream, STREAM, EAM.
That's on any books, including this one?
Let me see. On any remaining covers of mine on Black Cape Comics.
Oh, okay, but probably not this one, I'm guessing.
I wouldn't imagine.
Tell them try it, but whatever.
Yeah, because this one isn't out yet. I don't know if it's going to be up until Wednesday, I would imagine. But yeah, any other book of mine, there's like, I think 4 or 5 of mine on there that still have some stock, but not a ton.
Okay.
So he's just trying to tail in the end of it, I think.
Yeah.
One of them is Woven Heart, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we saw Woven Heart up there, and what was Pandemica? I think.
Pandemica is the other one. Pandemica, Woven Heart, and Stranger Things, and there's another one. Can't remember. Trees. Trees was the other one.
Trees, yeah.
I
love that Trees cover.
Max still have inventory, and then if you stream on there, you'll get an extra 20% off. Even you can stack that on top of any other sales too, which is pretty cool.
Trees has been optioned for a movie.
Yeah, is it a show? I think it's a show actually.
Oh yeah, show.
Yeah. When does that come out? Do you guys know?
I guess 2020.
The next series or the show?
The series.
I think it's gonna be a TV series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Netflix or one of those streaming services.
Yeah, no, that book looks awesome, Esteban. That's only 200 of those too, boy.
Yeah.
So Esteban, how did Black Cape Comics find you? Did you reach out to them? What's the story?
No. So the story behind that is that we were both in a kind of comic collectors Facebook group. There's like a private group of, I think at the time it was maybe 4,000 people, 5,000 people, somewhere in that window. And what they do is they essentially go to conventions and get comics or books for people that can't make the shows. So they'll do all the footwork and tracking down where what booths have what prints, what books get, and they do like 20 or 30 shows a year, like all the major ones. And so they charge the extra price for them to go and do it all. But hey, you get exclusive that you would never get. So in that group, I post art there sometimes because he also sells some of my prints. And he saw the owner, Ben from Black Cape, saw my stuff. And he was like, have you ever done any covers before? I was like, no, I've never. So he's like, let's make this happen right now. So then he basically just reached out to a bunch of publishers and see who would take me. Because at that time I was unpublished. I didn't have a single cover under me.
That's crazy. So literally in the span of, March. A year? A year? Not even a year.
March was the first rejected book I did.
And I got that one too. There was only 100 of those.
Those were 100 of those. Dead Girl had 100.
I got that one too.
Yeah, so Dead Girl and the other. So every other rejected except this one, just because I feel like the growing of this channel and this book,
I got my.
felt like we had to up it at least a little bit.
I pulled that out. Girl.
Yeah, that one was fun too.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, I got that one.
Really
nice. Yeah, you know.
Oh, that's pretty nice. I haven't seen that. It's hard to see, but it looks great.
Oh, the glare. You talking about Dead Girl? I'll show you that one.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. So here's all my references. So as you can see, like I have just horror references that I just compile all together to give myself.
Can you draw Jim as a horror figure? Can you?
Yeah.
That might be.
I would love to see that. I think everybody would love to see that. Do a giveaway or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick, your logo of Jim the whole time. I was expecting like this guy with the big bushy mustache and
I know.
mullet, and none of that
That's
came
what
true. It was
That's how I thought he would look. I love that logo. When I found that, I was so excited. I'm like, oh man, if I could just put a Canadian bandana, a Canada bandana, Canadian bandana on it.
I know it's.
And
I swear you were laughing when you sent that to me.
I was really disappointed when I saw it when you revealed yourself and made a big deal out of it. Jim's like, I'm going to show myself, everybody. Hey.
So yeah, I just got a message from Ben saying it's everything except the rejected covers of that sale.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have trouble selling that rejected book this week. So
you don't need to discount that one. That's for sure.
No.
Yeah, this one, it was the goat was pretty fun. I put like a bunch of little details into him too. He was.
You know what that goat character reminds me? You ever seen that movie The Witch? Remember that goat in the movie? It was real freaky. It was like jumping around and shit.
It was the one that was like in kind of like a muted.
That is the craziest horror movie I think I've ever seen. Is called The Witch.
Yeah, it's like in the forest. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, man, it's a weird freaking movie.
I never saw it, but I wanted to. I heard it was kind of
it's a good movie. It's crazy.
Around to it.
It's got a goat in one of the scenes, and it reminds me of that. Yeah.
Somebody was saying they thought I'd look like Al from Home Improvement when I revealed myself.
Yeah, he was, I could buy just different types of animals for that one. I don't even know, like a werewolf or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, it looks like it's half werewolf, half goat almost.
That's what I thought you would look like when you revealed yourself.
Yeah.
I thought you would look like half werewolf, half moose.
I posed for that picture. On
so yeah, this
Siege Fault says Jim has revealed himself
like
and he's beautiful.
yeah, Jim is getting nice compliments. Jim is beautiful. He's a beautiful man.
Yeah, and Pop said, I'm the main man, you're the second main man, Nick. So just
hey, whatever. I don't know why he likes you so much. You must remind him of like the postman when back in the Pops is older. Probably remind him of the.
He's older, but he's wiser. That's what it is. He's a lot wiser.
True. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you. So
Jim looks younger than Nick. Shit. How can you even see Jim? He's got light blasting out of his eyes.
I got this reflection behind me here on the.
And he's wearing a hat like a schoolboy, so he's trying to look younger. Yeah.
Somebody was asking Esteban, your first published art, and that is that first rejected cover, is it not?
Yes, the first rejected, which is.
Can you show that, Esteban?
I've shown it.
everybody.
I've got a copy, but I didn't bring it up here, so.
I can. I've got one real close by. I can
So
do
is
that.
this guy? Like I might as well just. You can't even see it. So small. Hold on. Let me just pull it up. Be better.
Yeah, that's your. I know there was only 100 of those. I think we were just talking about that. There was only 100 of those printed too. That first one.
Yes, there was
I
only.
think it's down on the bottom row there, kind of in the middle.
Yeah. There you go. So much stuff. So yeah, that was the first one.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that was my first like kind of crack at that character, and I wanted to keep kind of almost the same theme, but almost like a next version up or a different angle. Yeah. That was pretty cool. So I was taking it into like the next dimension, almost.
Yeah, that's a cool. I love the way you're drawing that. It just makes him look so much darker and more evil than he has been for a while. It looks so good.
Yeah. It's definitely fun playing with like these characters and making them your own, but still, I don't know. It's kind of daunting knowing that you're kind of responsible sometimes for the looks of certain characters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the cover. A lot of times, the cover is what sells a book, right? So.
Yeah.
You know,
Esteban, Dark Horse has a new Frankenstein book coming out in January. I really wish they would contact you to have you do an exclusive variant. That would be.
I mean, I've done my Stranger Things book was for Dark Horse. That'd be awesome, actually.
Yeah,
They follow me on Instagram.
Nick, you got connections. Make that happen, Nick. Get on.
All right.
Yeah, Nick, you
got it, man.
Pull some strings there, buddy.
You're in.
Come on, Nick.
I will. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I pull some strings when I'm playing with the cat. I pull string. He likes to chase it. You know, I'm looking at it. It looks like a lot of it is about the background, isn't it? Isn't it about, because like you have this character who's, you know, he's got the top hat. He's pretty dark. He's, you know, there are aspects of him that are in, but the background, I would imagine, would be the most challenging part to make this image really pop out or be.
Yeah, no,
You know,
particularly, you're definitely right, particularly in this piece, because I had his bust painting, essentially everything from like his hand up to his head. I had that done almost the very first day I tried it, and I really liked it, and I knew I wanted to keep it, but man, it took about 2 weeks of just trial and error of trying to figure out backgrounds and placement and different characters, and like I went through so many different iterations on it, and yeah, you're definitely right. The background was tough to make it seem not like an afterthought, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it goes. The background just kind of goes on forever, like you're in hell.
Yeah.
Jim is so evil. I swear, he's just got a lot of evil things. Hey, can you just go
Jim's dreams,
Esteban?
except for you're there, Nick. You're there in a certain form.
That's true. All the time.
And
Esteban, could you just like scroll through a bunch of the stuff that you've done, like that? You know, might not even be anything that you used, and
like
any,
for this cover, you're talking about my covers in general.
I mean, anything that you just think would be cool, a visual that people would like to look at.
I don't know if everybody knows the covers you've done, Esteban. Maybe you can show some of the covers.
Yeah, that's true too.
Sure. I mean, but I know someone on the comments I saw, I glanced over, and they were talking about the other versions. They're like, they'll happily take them. But I can show some of like the crappier versions, maybe not crappier, but
yeah, you don't want to set it up like that, and nobody really wants to.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, let's see the crap. No, like even stuff that you've done that you're like, oh, I'm really proud of this. This is something that I did, you know, that's not really for comics. I did it for myself.
Oh yeah, I have a ton of that.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Let's just
all right, gotcha.
Scroll through, popping them off. Right.
So yeah, there was the very first bust that I had of him. That was like one of the first things I ever drew for this particular cover. And I was like, I knew I wanted it. I knew I wanted that face. There was something real like unsettling and creepy about that face.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Nick.
I knew that was coming. That was a layup. That was low-hanging fruit. Come on.
That was low-hanging, yeah.
Jim dabbles in the dark arts. He does.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah, so that one was...
Jim is part of a coven of witches in Canada. That is creepy, man. Yeah, close up like that.
Those, like the corners of his mouth, he's got those little strings.
I don't even know what they necessarily are. I almost envisioned it like, because that's not present in any of the books, but I just thought I had this little creepy kind of thing where it's almost like not ripping flesh, but maybe connectors that help his jaw move and like expand or something crazy. That was just kind of my thought about it.
Yeah, let's see some of the stuff that you like, that you know, your favorite stuff that has nothing to do with comics or whatever. It could just be stuff that you've done.
Let me see. Let me double check. I have a ton of stuff.
I love your monster work that you've done, Esteban.
I've always been a fan of horror, but I definitely can do a lot of stuff.
The Don't You Know Coven. The Fly Away Coven.
Oh, here's a Daredevil piece that I did that was pretty fun.
Jim focuses super hard when he types to people.
I do.
Like,
I'm a terrible typer.
Oh, that looks awesome.
I could tell you're like this pecking.
That looks like a skinny Kingpin, though. He's looking
skinny Kingpin.
It looks like he's lost some weight there.
You guys know
Kingpin,
an old cartoon.
Who?
Oh yeah, that's what my desktop looks like right there.
I did this a long time ago, like 5-6 years ago. My Zim print was pretty fun.
Oh yeah,
I've always been a big fan of that cartoon growing up.
Yeah, the background.
That looks awesome. I love the green on that one. That looks so good.
Yeah, a lot of the, especially my early work, I did a lot of color, like capturing the character's figure behind their color scheme and trying to capture them in more of the color than the actual drawing. Like that was what a lot of my early work consisted of. I think it's kind of evolved over time. So this was in what else? So this
you really see the influence of the lights in your room coming into play in some of these.
I've always loved drawing, like lighting. I've always kind of concentrated on.
I see a Punisher, like a Punisher skull. Looks like.
Yeah, Punisher one. This is one of my earliest.
Damn, dude, how'd you see that? You got great eyes.
This one,
I thought you'd be seeing double by now, but look, your eyesight sharper than ever.
Yeah, this guy was one of my first ones that got popular.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I like this. What's funny is every so often I'll get people that come to my booth at conventions and be like, "Oh, I've had this on my wallpaper for the past 3 years on my computer." Like, you're the one who did it. It was one of the first ones that actually like not went viral, but like started popping up on different like Instagrams and stuff. And it was just funny seeing people's faces light up. It's like, "Oh my god, you're the artist! I've had this as my phone wallpaper the last 6 months."
Yeah, you know what? It's difficult to find the artist names sometimes if you're
sure.
like looking on Pinterest, you know?
Yeah.
And because that's what I do. But
Esteban, when you can I ask you a question, Esteban? Sorry,
Yeah.
Nick.
oh, no problem.
When you blow up and you get obviously a lot more work and everything, are you going to start doing originals? Because I know a lot of artists, even though you're doing digital work,
I do
you want to do original.
Yeah, no,
Original sketches and paintings and stuff like that.
As far as painting goes, I'm in the process of getting learning more of the oil. Like I'm actually getting an instructor to learn kind of like the oil and the canvas work because I did a lot of charcoal and pencil work. That's kind of where my background came from. Is I was always loved charcoal, and I think that kind of translated pretty well into the digital world. It's got that very blacky, smudgy, kind of foggy kind of.
And it's layering. You're doing layers, right?
Right.
Yeah, keep going, man.
My charcoal work definitely carried over, but I really want to, like, I've learned a lot just doing digital. And when I watch videos of people oil painting or acrylic painting, I know exactly what they're doing because I've done it digital for the past 7 years.
Yeah.
So I feel like my learning curve is going to be pretty quick as far as just, I think my biggest,
because that's gonna make you a lot of money.
Yeah, as far as originals goes, but like I have, I used to print, or I don't used to, but I have some of these printed on canvas. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
On like a higher end, like 64-inch canvas. Like my, which one was it? It was the Crow that was printed on a really big canvas. Actually, I have it here. Let me see if I can unroll it to show you.
Yeah. And Jim, blow him up on the screen though, so he's got the whole screen.
Yeah, he'll have to. The Hulk, man, that looks good too. Hang on one second.
Yeah, it was a good time.
The final one here. There you go.
I have the artist's eye. It's true.
Here's just some older ones.
That's right.
So you can see, like, this one was pretty recent. I think this was January of this year. But, like, it kind of has that same silhouette with color, but it definitely evolved over the years. It's a more of a refined take. And this Batman was, I think you guys saw this last time. This one was one of my first ones, too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's nice. I really like that one.
So,
have you sold out of all these, or are these still available?
No. These are all available. These have been around for 4 or 5 years now. Like basically since I started doing conventions, and I had to have these as like normal print, like standard prints. Like the first edition prints have been long gone for a while. It's the first 100, and then those are the ones that are actually numbered. Let's see what else. So since it's Halloween, here's an old Jason one. This one was kind of fun.
Yeah, that's great.
And like.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's not Jason. That's Batman. Oh, there he is. I might be on a delay. That's awesome, man. Oh, it went away so quick.
I got it.
Was that Darth Maul?
Yeah, so the Darth Maul one.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Seth
in this one.
picking them out. Wow.
Yeah, so like all of these I have standard prints that I bring to shows, but the books have becoming more popular, and like the print versions of the books are.
That's awesome, man. I don't even think I could draw that lightsaber. I think that's so I'm super impressed by
His figure. I was pretty proud of that figure. Like he has a pretty iconic silhouette. Maul, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's got a very distinct stance and everything too. I don't know.
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
How did they kill that character? He was like they killed him off halfway through that movie. That just killed that whole. He should have been around for a while. Anyways, who am I to tell George Lucas how to make a movie?
I'm sure he's coming back. Didn't they? Isn't there been some rumors about that?
Oh, maybe.
I thought I heard something the other day, but then I'm not the crazy Star Wars junkie, but there is a Darths of Star Wars feature on Key Collector Comics, the free mobile app available on Google Play and Apple phones.
Pimping your app again, are you?
I wouldn't say pimping.
Always be
I would say whoring it out.
Yeah.
Whoring it out's a better name.
It is. Yeah. I know. I recommend it all the time. It's a great
Thank
app.
you, man. And you're a good guy for it.
Did you have a picture that you're saying you're going to show the crow? Did you have that one too?
Oh yeah, my fault. I got sidetracked. That one is
Jim. Stop being so needy. Let the man show what he wants to show.
Oh, hey, he can show whatever he wants. I just really wanted to see that crow.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't think I saw that
All
one.
right, I'm gonna try like Seth and see if I could pick something out of these little. Superman. So I got it before you, Seth. Stormtrooper. Sorry, Seth, you missed that one.
I'm not going blind here. It should be. It's alphabetical, but I'm not seeing it. Is it that crow? You know what? I'm just going to filter. How about that? I'll be smart and you go into the 21st century and actually type.
It looks like you got a Bruce Lee one too. That looks awesome.
Oh man, you really see that was look. If you got Bruce Lee in there,
Oh,
I don't know if you have a different resolution on the screen.
Awesome.
Hey, is that Huggin' and Muggin from? No, that looks
Yeah,
good.
this particular
That's awesome,
one
man.
I have printed on an enormous canvas here, and I know one of them. Let's find it real quick. Yes, here it is. So this is kind of like the capabilities that we were doing with the printing. Like the stuff we can do is pretty freaking awesome.
Now, if somebody wanted like a 65-inch one of your prints that big, is that something you can do for some like special order? Or
Oh yeah. Well, something that big is definitely going to be not like a stock ready to go off the website. See how big this thing is.
my dog's decided to come in.
Yeah.
Your dog? You
My dog.
gotta see the dog.
Cool. It's good.
Massive.
Yeah, that's huge.
But it's
The
got
hell is that?
That would go up nice.
Oh wow. Yeah,
It's
that's
got a really nice like fabric texture to it, but it's a really nice quality one. But I have a couple of these actually. One of them is sold. We just got to make the frame, but they don't have space for it quite yet. But they just wanted to purchase it to make sure that I had it. But I have two more that I actually can sell that I just haven't put on the website yet.
Wow. What is something that big go for?
These guys, because they're printed, I think this is printed on a $1.2 million printer. This particular piece, it's
so
huge.
it's $1.2 million.
It's about the size of a house. It's a massive printer, and so these guys probably go for about $700.
Oh wow.
Canvas
No
on
kidding.
these guys.
Oh, is it?
So, yeah, if you go to like the Walmart or not Walmart, like Walgreens, and you print on a canvas, like just the printing by itself is like $100, maybe less, like 80,
Goddamn.
80 somewhere in that window. But that's just like for your own photo.
Yeah.
Let alone for someone else's artwork. So yeah, definitely the canvases. Yeah.
Who's blowing their own photos up to that size? What psycho is like, oh, I love this selfie. I'm gonna blow it up.
Don't you do
Picture
that?
your own selfie.
Don't you have your picture of your app all around your house?
I do. It's true. That is true. I have it painted in all different sorts of canvases all over my house.
What's funny is particularly about
Looking at
this
sculpture.
is it started out as like a practice portrait, and I posted it online. Everyone like friggin' loved it. This
Oh,
is
it's practice?
version without any of the background. So I just painted that
That's amazing, man.
and just kind of did it as a portrait practice. I did it like in about 2 hours, and I showed it just like kind of like a practice. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, like that looks amazing! Are you gonna make this new print?" And everyone kept asking. It's like, all right, I'll go ahead and take it further, and that was basically turned into that.
Somebody was asking, do you are they 300 or 600 DPI? Do you know?
The DPI on these guys, I paint in a 11x17 file with 300. Let me just double check. It's pre-saved. Yeah, definitely printing. You want a minimum of 300, but I think generally I do 300 DPI.
Okay.
600 DPI. Yeah, so it's resolution 300 pixels per inch.
Which is
Yeah.
pretty. That's pretty cool to get that.
to use it with kind of preset, kind of like if I'm doing a comic cover, I have it ready to go versus icons or something like that. But yeah, that's so 300 DPI. And some people kind of scoff at that because they think that bigger goes. You saw how big that canvas was.
Yeah, that was huge.
No artifacting or no blurring. Like we haven't had any issues with it. So I mean, you can go up to 600 to be extra safe if you're going like monstrous, but 300 is just fine for printing.
Yeah.
People scoff at. You've heard them scoff at that. They'd be like,
well, like the
like a scoff. How does a scoff sound?
Yeah, going higher. Like everyone talks about like pixelation when you go super big. It's like, man, my 24x36 is Epson posters are the same exact file but blown up 10 times size, and there's no artifacting. There's no pixelation whatsoever.
Siege. My brother has a huge picture of his ugly baby all blown up by his fireplace. It's frightening. Yeah. That's awesome. That's hilarious. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. That's funny. Jim, you know there's a preview of The Crow in Dead World number 10?
I did not.
Whose phone is that? Turn that off. That's rude.
That's not mine.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All right, here's an old Venom that I did too. This is
Old Man Venom.
Someone else. It's a bit different.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that looks good.
I'm on delay here. Oh, there it is.
That looks. Is that no? You got those on prints as well, or is
no? This one wasn't actually. I did it in conjunction with another friend of mine who does buckskin work. So he burns it onto hide, and so he had me do this for him. And so the frame you see there is actually the existing frame that he had, and then the tongue he actually made separate, so it was coming off of the frame. And so we kind of like did this together. So I did the initial drawing, and he made it. It looked really cool. Let me see if I can find the actual final product. His name is Cave Geek, and he does some really cool stuff.
Jim does it with human skin. Same thing, but human skin.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that sounds great. So he burns the image onto buckskin hide like a Venom?
Yeah, so he burns it on like a wood burning, and he paints. He does, but he mainly specializes in maps, which is super like all fantasy maps and movie maps.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That sounds
cool. He does. I'd like to see that stuff, and I'll show you quickly his Facebook page. He's a good friend of mine. I see him at shows all the time, so I can show you really quick.
Somebody was asking how do they get prints and stuff. So I just replied in the comments that they can get a hold of you at your website.
Yes, the website you see on the bottom there on this side.
I spelled it wrong, of course. Or at DeviantApple on Instagram.
Yeah, either the website DeviantApple too. But yeah, he does like this stuff. So he mainly specializes in fantasy maps. So he does all of that on buckskin.
That's on buckskin? Get out of here.
Buckskin. Cool. That's how they used to do it in the old days, isn't it? Yeah. Wow.
Talking about
he
animal
made
hide,
that
right?
Isn't that like whiskey for Game of Thrones whiskey?
Holy.
That's and he burned that on the hide and like made it velvet. Like he did a really good job on these. Like I really want one.
Seth is like, oh yeah, I want one of those. Yeah. Just kidding, Seth.
Yeah, so he did all the houses for him in particularly too. So like they come as a full set. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, he's very, very good friend of mine. So check him out. He's awesome.
Where do we get a hold of him?
Cave Geek, either on Facebook or his website, cavegeek.com.
How do you spell that?
YouTube too. Cave, or I'll type it.
Maybe let us put it in the comments if you don't mind. Then it's there.
Yeah, can I type in there? I don't even know.
Or tell me how you. I don't know. Have you got? Are you able to post a comment?
Cave Geek.
Oh, in the private chat, I can.
There's a private chat. Nobody told me about that.
Yeah, so there's a private chat in the left.
You're not invited.
What the hell?
Sorry.
You guys talking about me?
Yeah.
Good.
I see you entering stuff in there, Nick. What are you talking about?
No, that's the public chat.
We just lost Esteban.
See ya.
See ya, Esteban.
Oh. Now it's Jim front and center. My God. Oh, look. Sorry.
Yeah. But
he's gone.
No, he'll be. I guess he must have hit. Oh, there we go. He just accidentally hit something there.
Yeah,
there we go. You're back.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I accidentally kicked myself out. I pressed something I didn't even really say.
That's okay.
But yeah, did you get the Cave Geek?
No, how do you? I don't see it.
Let me just write it on the screen because I tried to type.
The wrong guy for this job.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat once you put it on the screen, just so.
Here, I'll do it. Come on. Cave Geek. Ready? Cave Geek. Boom. There it is. There you go.
Oh, in the black.
Cave.
Cave Geek.
I did it.
Okay, got it. Is that a website on Instagram? What is he?
Facebook. I know he's on Instagram. Let me see if I can get the handle exactly. YouTube. Everything. Let me see. Yeah, he is on Instagram.
So
Yeah,
what else
he's on
you got in
Instagram.
that?
So
What else you got in that bag of tricks?
So what are you working on? Are you working on? So now that you've got this Rejected book coming out, are you working on anything else coming down the road?
Yes, actually, I can. I think you guys have brought this book up before. The Salve. You guys know about that one?
Which one?
Yeah,
The
I
Salve?
picked that up.
Yeah, I think you did justice. Yeah, so he's running. I know the writer and creator of the book, very 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 cool guy, and he wanted to work with me, and so basically I told him because he's running a Kickstarter for the second issue, so he's trying to get funding to get the second one done.
Oh,
and so I will be doing a variant cover for his Kickstarter coming up. I think it has 20 days left. It's already funded. It's got like over 200% funded in like 2 days. So he's doing well. Yeah. So there you go. Justice has it. That was the first issue.
That's a cool Frazetta.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the name of that again? I didn't hear what you said.
The Salve.
The Salve.
Yeah. So it's.
Okay, I totally missed that book. I remember Seth sent me a picture of that cover, but I didn't.
Yeah. In fact, it was sold through the Canadian retailer. Had it.
Was that Beaver?
Mutant Beaver. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Salve, that's going to be probably my next one. I'll probably get it done in the next day or so. Because I've been trying to get this Rejected thing done and get it cemented and ready to go. So yeah, it's been sent off to Source Point, and it's already officially in the docket. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that was all done before I showed it off.
Yeah, Source Point's been putting out. Man, I like how they put nice quality cardstock on their covers.
Yeah,
and they keep the prices pretty reasonable. They're like $3.99 or $4.99. Where you go to Marvel and they've got a $10 book, like their latest Spider-Man Full Circle, and they put the cheap ass paper so every corner is popped out on it. And oh man, I hate that.
Jim, people want to see you take your hat off.
Oh no, because you got glare up my glasses. You'll just
there's gonna be more glare. It's gonna look like a light bulb.
Yeah, but no, look, Source Point does some really nice stuff. I like their books. A lot of the indies are doing some great books. I really like a lot of indie stuff, and I mentioned to a lot of people that they should be buying, looking at a lot of these indies because there's some really good stuff coming out of them.
Yeah,
nice job, Matthew. Those are good pickups. Also, Bloodstone. You guys think something's going on with Elsa Bloodstone? Now that this whole Jeff Loeb thing went south, I'm worried about everything that there's. I mean, thankfully, that new Hellstrom, they're still going to do that TV show. Which, by the way, Hellstrom, if you guys, there's going to be a big part of it is going to focus on the father of Damien and Satana. I think his name is Marmaduke. Marmaduke. I think he's a big giant. He's a giant dog. Yeah, his name is Marmaduke. I like it. Marmaduke is the son. Is the father.
For anyone that did order prints, like I said, I'm going to be getting them all done once I got like the actual color corrected one.
Yeah,
in my possession.
Magneto cover. That's awesome.
What was that?
He's tossing his hat around.
The Magneto.
He's got
Magneto. Well, that's funny thing is that's the one that got the attention of Black Cape Comics.
Wow.
That's right, Matthew. She is redhead. That's funny.
I posted that photo in the group along with a couple other ones back in January, and to show off I was doing Ace Comic-Con in Arizona in Glendale.
Yeah,
and Fassbender was going to be there, so I wanted to whip something up for the convention. And so then he saw that, he's like, "Damn, that's fucking awesome." He's like, "Have you done cover work?" And from there on, here we are.
Yeah, you're starting to get there, man. That's awesome.
Someone's getting yelled at. Who? Getting yelled at?
Oh, it's dinner time at my house, so I'm gonna have to. Pull.
Jim's gotta go. He's got to go to bed. It's bedtime.
Yeah. Hey, well, it's almost. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is.
Oh, it's almost your time. It's almost 6:30. Yeah, you better go. It's time for bed.
Yeah, it's almost 7 o'clock bedtime, man. I got to be bed.
Yeah, we can tell you're getting crabby. Nah. Oh, that's cool, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to pull the pin pretty quick here, guys. But I want to thank everybody for showing up. Justice, Seth, thanks for coming by, buddy.
What about me?
You got it.
Nick, well, I don't want to call you buddy, but thanks, Nick, for staying.
Oh, please.
Call
Call me brother.
Thanks for coming by, and man, your artwork is good. And
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you for showing up because this is the first time that cover's seen the internet. So
I know. I'm gonna post that on Instagram.
Yeah,
later.
I'll send you the JPEGs, and I'll be posting on my thing so people can see. Like I said, this Wednesday, 2 days from now, the 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Because I saw some people not catch the Eastern part, and they're saying they were waiting and they were already gone.
Yeah, I know. They got to be on there fast because Nick even had your Demon in the Sea book on his app there.
Oh, very nice.
Last week.
Yeah.
That was 100. Was that 150 or 100? I can't remember what that one was.
150.
150. That's
Yeah. 150.
Limited to 150. So. Yeah, I looked. It was going for like $115. I was.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But you said it would. Once it gets that Jim stamp of approval, it's like, oh man.
Oh, speaking of, I have a couple left. If anyone wants any, I'll sign them and remark them. These
oh, really? Maybe we'll do a giveaway on the app.
I think we can do that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
This is a signed one.
All right, well, let's talk about it on Instagram.
Yes, sir. So yeah, I have I think 2 left. Someone backed out on the purchase, but yeah, I have 2 left. But one last thing I did want to say is I will be running. Like I said, the prints will be up on my website Wednesday when the pre-order goes out, but the link will be on the pre-order for the book, and I'll be running the Jim Comics promo again.
Someone backed out on the purchase, so whoever gets that is going to get the rejected variant of
see what you did there.
See whatever the
I see what you did there. So yeah,
you like that?
If anyone is interested on that, shoot me an email on my website. But I'll be running the 30% Jim Comics promo code too. Till
how long will that run?
Sunday.
And Pops has got to pee.
How long will that run?
I thought you did that every 20 minutes now. I mean,
that's fun. How long will that 30% off run?
I'll do till Sunday.
So starting tonight.
I'll start tonight. Yeah, I'll start the 20 to 25. Well, I'll do 20% off for the general public, and then the Jim Comics promo code. If you use it at checkout, we'll do an extra 10% at 30.
Okay.
So everyone that
Jim Comics promo code. Oh boy,
I can do that one too.
And so when is that going to start? I just want to make sure.
Tonight. I'll start it basically. I'll kick it off right when we basically get out of here. I'll put it in because I have it pre-saved into the website coding, so I can just kick it on and activate it.
And will that be good for the new rejected one as well?
Yes. So that will be good for the rejected prints, not the book.
No, but the prints. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah. So the prints are all signed. I do number them so it's normally 1 through 100, but I'm doing 1 through 200 for the rejected this book because it's the first time we've ever upped any rejected over 100. So it'll be 200 signed, all signed, and then if you want to remark, I have an option for it on the site too.
Okay.
But I got a lot of shipping to do the next couple of days.
Yeah, and I've got all the for that last giveaway in the last video we did. I finally got all the names and addresses for everybody.
Cool. Yeah, shoot that my way.
I sent that to you the other day, but I've just been busy at work. But I will send that to you tonight as well, so you'll have all those. Okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of shipping cut up for me, so just shoot them over and I'll get it up taken care of.
Okay, awesome.
All right, before Jim gets yelled at, we've got to get going. All right. Hey, fellas, thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure. Key collector, Seth.
Yes.
Hopefully we can do it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Esteban.
Yeah,
thank you for sharing.
We're doing the giveaway
sharing
for sure.
Esteban.
Be awesome.
Bye, everybody in the chat. It was a lot of fun.
Take care.
Everyone.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.